this discernment process, whether you're called to holy orders or not, and then which part of holy orders you feel called to, that obviously happens embedded in a community. As you said earlier, God calls and a community affirms. And so, in our process, we've got the rector affirming, the dean affirming, the parish discernment committee. So what have been your thoughts about how an ordination process unfolds well?
One of the things I think maybe doesn't always come up in the conversation is the importance of knowing ourselves, or a self-knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's something that we can cultivate. And maybe some of us are naturally more self-aware or not, but we can also invite others to speak into our lives. And the more I think we have that self-knowledge, the more we're likely to be on target with a call to one or the other, to be a priest or a deacon. And in that self-knowledge, to be able to sift through motivations, and what is it that sometimes we have motivations that are involved in something like ordination that really could be possibly about needing affirmation. And we would want to look at that and say that, okay, if it's about that, I need to deal with that or needing a platform of some kind, or needing to be needed. That's something that I saw kind of before I was ordained, at a point of almost burnout in my own life, that I was driven by my own need to be needed by others, and I needed to deal with that. So there can be kind of things that drive us into the official role and titles and ordination and ceremony, all of that really aren't about a gospel call at its heart. And that's where our self-knowledge and self-awareness, inviting others to speak into it, become really essential.
I hear in what you're saying that there's an irreducible, necessary formational component to one's calling, that dealing with the formation of your own heart, your own soul, is like every bit as important as how educated are you, how much experience do you have, right?
Yeah, and as you're saying that, I'm thinking how it's not only as important to get the discernment done or get that right, but that lays a foundation that we would seek formation and ask these kind of inner life questions along the way in ordination. That lays a foundation that I think is essential for a life of ministry, because we need to be totally self-assessing throughout our whole life of ordained ministry if we are called, taking hard looks at ourselves and constantly being formed as a lifelong journey.
Yeah.